I just wanted to say a special thank you to our friends at Wade Studio for letting us use their beautiful space here. If you're in the Toronto area, you should definitely check them out at wadestudio.ca. Hello, my name is Leah. Thanks for joining. Today we are going to do a little Vinyasa flow. Today's theme is going to be water and fluidity, so try your hardest to focus on the transition between our poses that we do today, making everything nice and smooth, just like water flowing, maybe down a river, whatever you want to imagine. So let's start in a standing position. You can stand in the middle of your mat, come to mountain pose, arms down by your sides, shoulders nice and low away from your ears. We're just gonna do some flowing rolls up and down to massage our spine and just start out. Big inhale through your nose and exhale. Get present, get centered. Draw up on your kneecaps and engage your quads and your legs here. Press down on all four corners of your feet. And when you're ready, inhale, exhale, draw your chin down and slowly roll your spine all the way down to a forward fold. You can just let your arms hang here. When you're ready, inhale and reverse the roll. Come all the way back up to standing. Inhale, exhale, roll your spine down. Go even slower than you think you need to. Inhale, come all the way back up, nice and slow. Roll your shoulders back behind you. Inhale, exhale, last time, slowly roll all the way forward and come to a forward fold. You can grab either elbow here and just hang, hinging forward at the hips. Avoid any strain on your upper back. On your inhale, reach your arms up and lift all the way up. Hands come to touch up above you. Exhale. Bring your palms down to heart center. From here, get nice and strong on your left standing foot. We're going to lift our right knee up. Keep your right foot flexed. Just find some balance here. Keep a bend in your left leg. When you're ready, reach for the bottom of your right foot. You can interlace your fingers underneath the bottom of your right foot. On your next inhale, try to kick out your right leg. And you may not be able to extend your right leg completely. Just see how far you can pull your arms nice and strong out in front of you, gripping onto the bottom of your foot. The harder you kick into your hands, the more stable you will actually be. Feel the stretch between your shoulder blades. Inhale, come back up. Keep your right knee bent. Widen your right knee out to the side. And place your right foot on the inside of your left thigh. So if you can't reach your left thigh, you can do your calf or the ground, or if it feels good, inside of your thigh. And just hold this tree pose. Your hands can be on your hips or prayer at heart center. Inhale, bring your knee back to center. Unhook it from your leg. Keep it raised, hold. See if you can extend it out in front of you without any help from your hands. Keep your leg nice and straight, hold. Exhale, release down. Maybe pedal out your knees here. Notice the difference you may feel on either side. Inhale, lift both your hands up to the sky, look up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up. Bring your hands to heart center. Let's do the other side. So get nice and strong on your right foot. Engage your right quads and then lift your left knee up. Keep your foot flexed. Find balance here and lower your hands to reach for underneath your left foot. You may find you're able to grab onto one foot a little easier than the other. And if you're feeling stable, you can go to extend, holding on to the bottom of your left foot. Inhale, bring your knee back up, release the grab of your foot, and place your left foot on the inside of your right leg this time for tree pose. Keep a balance or a bend in your right leg. Make sure not to place your foot on your knee joint to avoid any pain. Big inhale and exhale. When you're ready, bring your knee to center and see if you can extend your leg out straight in front of you. Find the challenge of this pose. Inhale and exhale, release. Give your hips a little shake. Come back to mountain pose. On your inhale, take a big step forward with your left foot and turn all 10 toes to face the right side of your mat, wide side of your mat. Keeping your feet wider than hips distance here, turn your toes out so that your heels are in and your toes are wider, and come into a low squat. Make sure to sit back into an invisible chair here so that your hips aren't too far forward, and reach your arms out and wide. Your palms can be out in front of you or raised up. Keep your shoulders down into goddess here. Inhale, raise up, knees straight, reach up, look up. Exhale, arms wide, knees bent, sit into the chair. See if you can sit an inch lower. Inhale, raise up, knees straight, look up. Exhale, hands come to your hips, turn your toes forward. This time we're gonna instead have our heels a bit wider than our toes, so pigeon toe your feet a bit. And hinging from the hips, we're gonna slowly fold forward into a wide-legged forward fold. So you can reach for the ground here, you can reach for opposite foot or either foot. And just let your spine relax here. You can put your hands on the ground. Inhale, come up halfway and walk your feet in a little bit so that they're not as wide. We're going to sit down into a Malasana squat. So your hips are low on the ground, almost on the ground. You can press your palms to touch and use that pressure of your elbows into your knees to keep your chest forward. Inhale, palms to the ground, raise your hips up, turn all 10 fingers and toes to the front of your mat. Inhale, step your feet back into a high plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Untuck your toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift your chest. Exhale, lower your chest, tuck your toes, and lift up and back into downward facing dog. Pedal out your hips. Inhale, lift your right leg back and up behind you, three-legged dog. Hold. Exhale, swing your legs through, step in between your hands, and raise your whole body up into high crescent lunge, all 10 toes facing forward. Your arms can stay raised, shoulders draw down. Inhale, exhale. On your next inhale, turn your left toes out 45-degree angle so that your feet are flat. Widen your arms, pointing to either direction, the top and bottom of your mat. Warrior two. Take your gaze over your front right fingertips. Really bend deep into your front right knee. Inhale, exalt your warrior. Draw your right hand over top of your body towards the back of the mat. Exhale, come back up to warrior two. Inhale, cartwheel your hands around your front foot, step your front foot back into high plank and go through your vinyasa. Lower all the way down to the ground, untuck your toes, lift up into upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under, hips lead up and back into downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts up and high behind you. Hold. Exhale, left leg swings through your hands and plants on the ground. Lift everything up into high lunge. You can widen your stance if you're not feeling very stable. Lower your shoulders down. Arms stay lifted, raised above you. And when you're ready, inhale and widen your stance. Back foot spins out 45-degree angle to warrior two. Take your gaze over your front left fingers. Inhale, exalt your warrior. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, cartwheel your hands down to surround your front foot. Step your front foot back. And exhale, lower all the way to the ground. Untuck your toes. Press up into upward facing dog. Tuck your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise up on your toes. Bend your knees, glance at the front of your mat, and step or hop to the front of your mat. Come into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms on the ground and drop your knees onto the ground. Come to a kneeling position. So come onto the ground, bring your knees out in front of you. We're going to place them on the ground, facing the wide side of the mat, your knees facing the right side of the mat. Just have them laying on the ground out to the side. On your inhale, you're going to raise your right arm over top, like tracing a rainbow over top of you, and really stretch out your right side body here. Inhale, come back up to center. And lift your left arm over to the right side. You can drop down onto your right elbow. Stretch out your left side body. From here, keep your right knee and leg on the ground bent, and step your left foot over top of your right knee. Hook your right arm around the left side of your knee and bring your arms together. You can bring your palms to heart center and just twist here, having a look over our left shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Let's switch the sides that our knees are bent. Bring them over to the right side. Deep inhale. Bring your left arm all the way over top of you and stretch over to the right side, feeling a deep stretch on your left side body. Exhale, cartwheel your arms to the other side, drop down onto your left elbow. Draw your rainbow over top with your right arm, getting a nice right side body stretch. Inhale, come back up. Place your right foot on the outside of your left knee. Hook that left elbow around your right side knee and press your palms together and take a gaze over your right shoulder here for this seated supine twist. Inhale, come back to center, unhook your arms. Bring both feet to the top of your mat, keep them bent. Let's finish off today's class with boat pose. So when you're ready, rock back a bit on your hips and find a place where you can place all of your weight without any strain. So you don't want to be seated too much on your sit bones and not too much on your back. When you're feeling comfortable, raise your legs, using your core and your back muscles here to do boat pose. Find stillness if you can. Arms stay stretching out in front of you. You can choose to straighten your legs or keep them bent. Inhale. Exhale, lower your feet. Walk your hips forward a bit and roll all the way down into flat on the ground. whole back of your body. Bring your knees up. Take your left leg and cross it over your right. Let your knees fall to the right side. And take your gaze over to the left side of the mat. The goal here is to have both shoulders touching the ground, but that might not be the case for everybody. Just something to think about. With every breath, trying to deepen your shoulder towards the earth. Inhale, bring your knees back to center, undo the cross, and let's switch sides. Right leg crosses on top of left, knees fall to the left side. Take your gaze over to the right. With every breath sinking deeper into this twist. Inhale, bring your knees back to center. Uncross your legs and lower them all the way on the ground for Savasana. Inhale and exhale. Let everything go. The takeaway today is try not to resist the flow, and just the more you go with the flow, the better your life will be, the more easy things will come, the more easy they'll go. Inhale, one big stretch up. Exhale, gently push yourself up to a seated position. Thank yourself for taking the time to better your mental and physical health today. And thank you so much for joining. See you next time.